He dropped out of school at just 15 and had to make a living doing hard labor to support his family. Because of poverty, he was looked down on everywhere he went. But no one could have imagined that this boy would one day become a billionaire whose name echoed across America. One day, a spoiled rich kid pulled up in a fancy car with a girl by his side. He honked impatiently, urging him to move, and both of them laughed loudly, mocking him without the slightest respect. They were about the same age. Why could that boy drive a luxury car and live in a mansion, while he had to deliver ice just to support his family? Frustration was written all over his face. Then his eyes caught a newspaper lying on the ground. It told the story of Andrew Carnegie, a self-made billionaire. Like him, Carnegie never went to school and started working at an early age. Yet through hard work, he rose to the top and built a fortune. The story lit a fire inside the boy. He swore to himself that one day he would become a tycoon, and those who looked down on him would have to bow their heads. His name was Red. After a long day of labor, he went home only to find leftover porridge waiting on the table. Dissatisfied, he complained to his father about eating the same thing every day. Without a word, his father simply swapped bowls with him and said the flavor had been changed. From the sickbed came the sound of his mother's cough. Her condition had worsened again. Red demanded to know why his father didn't buy medicine, but all he got was the same helpless reply. There was nothing he could do. Angry, Red slammed the newspaper down in front of him and declared that one day he would be a billionaire. He would buy the whole hospital and hire the best doctors to cure his mother. But his childish vow brought no encouragement. His father only said,
"You ain't ever gonna be rich. Only thing you're ever gonna be able to count on is coming up on the short end. That's what was handed me by my daddy, and I'm sorry, but that's all you're ever gonna get from me."
Looking at his younger brothers and sisters, Red said nothing more. In his heart, he gave up on his father and on this home. That night, he decided to run away. He believed the world outside was full of opportunities to make money. After quietly looking at his siblings sleeping soundly, he walked over to his mother's bedside. She supported his decision. She felt she had been holding him back, and her eyes were full of guilt and love. Red said goodbye, then reluctantly left the home where he had lived for years. At dawn, he appeared at the train station. With no money for a ticket, he planned to sneak on board. Just as he was about to climb onto the train, a pair of strong hands pulled him back. It was a man who also sneaked rides. He warned Red to wait until the train started moving, or he would be caught. When the train finally rolled forward, the man led Red in a sprint. With his help, Red leapt onto the train just in time. That courage and determination would follow him for the rest of his life. The train carried him all the way to Texas, a land that would mark the start of a new chapter in his life. There, he noticed a group of men heading to work and quickly followed them to a farm. The owner was hiring 6 workers to build a fence. 5 had already been chosen, and only 1 spot remained. Red desperately tried to prove himself.
Mister, hey, I'm your man. I can carry 50 pounds of ice up 3 stories.
The farmer laughed and was impressed by his spirit. He gave Red the job, but driving posts into the ground was grueling work. Red was small and weak. When he finally managed to hammer in a post, a coworker knocked it over with one push. He became the target of ridicule.
Maybe Mr. Early can have you build him a rabbit fence next.
Unwilling to give up, Red kept working even while the others rested. One of the young men who had mocked him earlier saw his effort, brought him water, and the two became friends. That